This episode of New Jersey Living has been being recorded in Secaucus, New Jersey. Secaucus, flash a quick map up. Secaucus is located directly west of Midtown Manhattan. So where we've been before, if you've seen my West New York and my North Bergen episodes, those are the most immediate towns directly along the Hudson. The Secaucus, where we are right now, is just a little further inland, and I do mean just a little. So we are tucked in between the Manhattan scene and Meadowlands to the west. So Meadowlands is where you find MetLife Stadium. That's where both the Jets and the Giants play. And there is also the Mall of America, which is an immense mall with, I want to say Nickelodeon has a water park inside, and there is the I forgot what they call the big mountain. It's like basically an indoor ski mountain that's inside as well. I did that. That was pretty fun. So this is what would have been, before that mall was completed, this would have been the primary dining, entertainment, and even hotel scene outside of the Meadowlands area where MetLife Stadium is, for be it football games or for major concert venues. So right behind me, just to give you a little feel, I'm going to give you a quick pan around in just a second, but there is Nico Sushi and Teriyaki right here. Just had my lunch there. Had sushi, both the shrimp tempura and California roll were excellent. And you can see right here, there is Residence Inn by Marriott. Pan around a little bit, and you'll get to see a little more of this with some of the walking footage that I'll have. But directly behind me is the movie theater. Can't quite pronounce the name. Used to be an AMC. Another company took over. I'll take a photo. You can make out that name yourself. So this is, as I've mentioned, a primary shopping area. You find other towns in Hudson County that will have the same. So North Bergen, for example, Bayonne, Jersey City, they do have major shopping centers as well. But to have one directly in your town obviously brings benefits because of tax offset. So that always helps to bring in extra tax dollars. So with Secaucus, we're going to take a look at 4 properties today. But we wanted to start right here in the plaza. So this whole section is called the plaza at Harmon Meadow. All right, so we're going to take a little walking footage, and then we're going to jump right directly into our house tours. All right, so enjoy the walking footage that you're about to see. Welcome to New Jersey Living. My name is Corey Jones, and I'm a real estate agent here in New Jersey. And my job is to bring content like this to viewers like you. So when it comes to the real estate market, social dining scenes, iconic locations, neighborhood footage, this is the content that I provide for viewers who are trying to get an idea or reminisce, even if they've lived here before, or if they're giving just general thoughts about the market and if they're going to buy or sell. This is footage for anyone and everyone that fits into those categories. Welcome back, Jersey Hunters who have been watching all along. Thank you for your support. For those that are new, welcome, and be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell to stay updated on all of our future content. So as I mentioned, today we are here in Secaucus. I am in the plaza right now at Harmon Meadows, and this just pan around once again at a different location right here than the previous scene, but this again gives you a little bit of the aesthetic of what the plaza looks like. A lot of dining, a lot of retail, 2 hotels, one Right here behind me is Holiday Inn. There's a Residence Inn also. As I mentioned, this is an area that would have been the primary go-to for a lot of venues that would have been in the Meadowlands prior to the completion of the mall, because now the mall is going to no doubt draw a lot of attention in the future. So let's jump into Secaucus. I'll jump directly into the big three. Train station, there is Secaucus Junction, major hub for New Jersey Transit. That is here in town, so check mark for train. Proximity, as I mentioned, we are directly west of Midtown Manhattan. We travel along Route 3, pass through Union City, pass through Weehawken, and boom, you're right there in Manhattan. So we're only minutes away, literally driving from Secaucus. It's a 15-minute drive to get into Midtown. So check mark on proximity. And schools. Schools do carry an A grade on niche.com. So check mark for all three. So that means that, yes, there is high demand, but I say that with also caveat that Secaucus is not a very large town. And housing inventory tends to be not very available. So for one, the properties you're going to see today, and for those that are new, I always feature properties that have sold within the last 30 days. These properties, over the past 30 days, my research only yielded 4 properties, and I was searching both single family and multifamily. All right, so and that was just on the Hudson MLS, which is the primary one here, because there are off chances that something could have been listed on a different MLS. But just gives you an idea. It's a relatively small market, not tons of inventory. And when it comes to single family, not the high-end inventory that you find in like a Weehawken, for example, or even a Jersey City, or maybe Bayonne, a little closer to Bayonne, but just not as much multifamily inventory here in Secaucus. Relatively small. There's tons of inventory when it comes to condos, because there are 2 towers in Secaucus, as well as a pretty extensive inventory of townhomes and other condos. So there's a lot of that, but single family, not so much. So with that demand, it's not as though prices are going to stretch into the millions the way we'll see in other locations, but you can comfortably expect 500s and up into 800s here in Secaucus. So with that being said, about the inventory, the name Secaucus is another one. You've seen the spelling of it flash up. Locally, it is pronounced Secaucus and not Secaucus. That is something that I hear is Secaucus on the news, which in North Jersey, our major network news comes out of New York. So the New York news people, if they mention it, is often Secaucus, they'll say, when it's Secaucus here locally. South Jersey, a whole different ball game. Their major network news comes out of Philadelphia. So that's a little tidbit on New Jersey news markets. So we're going to jump into the neighborhoods to take a look at the 4 selections that I have for today. Hope that you enjoy and get some insights off of those. I'll see you there at the first stop. So we're at our first stop, and I intentionally stopped at the most bargain-friendly option of the 4 properties we're going to take a look at today. Behind me is 735 Humboldt Street. This is newly renovated. You can see that there are some, pan up a little bit, you can see there's some solar panels up top. Everything that was featured in this listing was new. Doors, windows, carpet, like everything. So this was fully renovated, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, listed at $499,900, sold at $525,000. Taxes, get this, taxes below $4,000, $3,800 and change. So this gives you an opportunity to kind of see, and I'm gonna pan through the neighborhood a little bit, let you see the block. This is, as advertised, it's an alternative to owning a townhouse around the same kind of price point, but having a single family option, because of course there's not a lot of bedrooms and baths here, but you have a backyard, you have a little bit more privacy, and single family homes do carry a higher upside, because what you put into a single family home in general, you get a greater return on those upgrades than if you were in a townhouse or a condo. Because townhomes and condos, as you can imagine, there's so many units that are very similar. So those that are not as upgraded, they don't sell as much, but there's somewhat of a pull down, if you will, in terms of value when you put money into condo, townhouse compared to the other units around you. You will get a return, no doubt, but I would just be a little more cautious of what I do in terms of upgrade in a condo and a townhouse versus a single family home. So that's something to consider when you're thinking, all right, do I do townhouse or do I do condo or do I do single family? We are panning around behind me. You can't see it too well on camera, but we're just 2 short blocks down from Patterson Plank. This is the main road cutting through Secaucus, and there's more of the shops and restaurants and little kind of small shopping strips that you'll see, very much that small town feel. So this is that residential setting that you get in just a few places in Hudson County, because Hudson is by and large an urban kind of location. But like I mentioned in Weehawken, like I mentioned in Bayonne, there are some areas where it does have more of a suburban feel, and Secaucus is very much that suburban feel, not much of an urban feel at all for your Secaucus location. So lovely street, parked directly across the street, just about maybe 500 feet down behind me this way. Nice little park. This is a really solid buy for location. All right, so this is stop number 1. We are heading over to number 2. We'll have a little street footage for you to view along the way. I'll see you there. We're just a couple blocks down from where we were at 735 Humboldt. This is the Veterans Memorial Plaza right here in town. This is kind of at the very center of town when I refer to another smaller shopping plaza. You can see that there's a little shopping strip across the street, and this is Patterson Plank that's cutting directly through center of town, as I mentioned. And then when I pan around a little, you see a lot of the older buildings, more established structurally anyway. I can't get into the details of the businesses because they could be newer or older, I'm not sure. But just gives you that more Main Street, old town kind of look and feel. But yes, this is just something I wanted to get a quick visual of before we hit our next stop, just to give a feel what the more central portion of Secaucus looks like. So we'll continue with a little more road footage and to our second stop. Here we are at our second stop, 233 Maple Street. This is another renovation. This is kind of the theme for today's showings. I believe at least 3 of the 4 are renovation jobs. So this is a actually 4-bedroom, 1 bath. It says 3rd floor. I'm gonna get in front just to pan up a little bit. 3rd floor has a 4th bedroom. Just give you a little pan up, get more profile there. And at the end of this driveway is listed as a 2-car garage. Is certainly space for 2 cars, although there's only 1 door there for a car to be inside. So I'm not sure if there's like a workshop area. Some owners will actually create a studio or a living space of some kind back in that space when they have a larger garage and just finish off maybe a portion of it. So not sure what that inside looks like, if it's all open or what have you. But the property itself on the interior was renovated. List price was $649,900, and it sold at $650. So basically sold, might as well say at asking price, 18 days on the market. All right, so this one location-wise, directly off of Patterson Plank. So from a commuting standpoint, if you are a driver or someone catching a bus, very convenient commute. The train station in town is not residential really at all. Secaucus Junction has a major luxury apartment development right there situated across the street from it. But otherwise, it's in more of an industrial area. So this is not a town where you have like train station in the middle of town, very walkable like we've seen in many other locations. All right, so this is stop number 2. We have 2 more to go. See you at number 3. We are in front of 43 Londell Drive. This is a property that went very quickly off the market, only on the market for 3 days. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, listed at $699,900, sold at $725,000. This one not newly renovated like some of the others. However, like those others, the other 2 that we saw, it has solar panels. Also for this one, there is a heated above-ground pool in the back. So just panning around a little bit, giving you a feel for this section that we're in. We're in the northern end of town of Secaucus, and this is certainly your quieter area because it's tucked away from the main road. You can probably notice that the properties lot sizes are not huge, but they may be a little bigger than some of the ones that we've seen in the first 2 stops. But this is more of that coveted area when you're looking for the quieter suburbs. A few parks are right here in the neighborhood as well. Can't see from here, but just beyond these properties right here on the opposite side of the street, there is city views. There's a skyline view of Midtown Manhattan. So I can see one building right now, which I know you won't be able to see here on the camera. But this is a nice, quiet neighborhood, and there's not going to be a lot of traffic in areas like this unless you live back in the neighborhood. So this is certainly one of the factors that went into how quickly this property sold. All right, so we've got one more still in the same general neighborhood, and that'll be our final stop. I'll see you there. We're at our final stop in front of 15 Mill Ridge Road. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom property. Another quick sale. This was a turnkey property. The roof new, hot water heater new. I believe it may have been HVAC that was new as well. Very well maintained. We're still in the north section of town, so we're not far from the town pool and rec center that are in the neighborhood. Across the street, as I pan around, this is Schmidt's Woods, which is a nice little wooded park. You can even see they have little lighting along the wooden fence here, little fall decoration further down the sidewalk. So outside your front door, it's a very, very nice scene to behold walking out. Walk across the street, basically you have a park in your front yard, practically speaking. So this is another taste of what it's like in that $600-700 range, because this one listed at $699 and sold at $725. So comfortably, you can see you can expect to be in the 500s up to 800s for a lot of what you see in Secaucus. Obviously, there are some larger properties that you probably took note of in the street footage that are larger colonial. Some are more newer construction or renovations that certainly get well above 2,500 square feet in total size. So those, no doubt, are going to be above 800,000 and 900,000 in those cases. But certainly a area that you can find a bargain in terms of overall proximity to the city in a nice, quiet residential neighborhood with excellent schools. And even if you don't have school-aged children, school ratings that you've seen throughout all of my episodes do matter when it comes to demand and market value of your home. So this would be a great option if being in close proximity to the city is a really high priority. So want to thank everybody again for joining. Please do click like, subscribe, notification bell. We have far more areas to cover, more content to provide. Be sure to leave comments if you have any thoughts, suggestions, requests. I'm still giving away t-shirts. T-shirts are for free. I will send them to you. Just drop me an email and I will get one to you. And we will obviously continue this for only a limited amount of time. That won't be indefinite. So take advantage of it while it lasts. All right, thanks again for joining, and I'll see you in the next episode.